Tribe, I become invincible with my 10,000 times bonus from the start. Chapter 271, Kill the Blazing Angel. Ding, dong. You've activated the skill, Domain of Time. Ding, dong. The current domain of time's duration is 598 seconds. Ding, dong. You've activated the dueling sword on Blazing Angel Triss. Ding, dong. Your hero, Moon Dance Saintess Luna, has activated the skill, Moon Dance. Ding, dong. A mysterious golden light suddenly flashed. It was a powerful control skill that even the goddess of darkness could not break free from. Naturally, the blazing angel in front of him was also affected. As Li Cheng became stronger and stronger, the time freeze duration also became longer and longer. It had already been close to 10 minutes. Seeing that Triss had been stopped by his time freeze, Li Cheng did not hesitate and ordered all the troops to focus their fire. Countless attacks were launched in an instant. All the troops went all out. In less than 5 minutes, the remaining health in the HP bar of the Blazing Angel was finally emptied. At the same time, the system's voice sounded in Li Cheng's ears. Ding, dong. Your troops have successfully killed Blazing Angel Triss. Obtained 800 billion experience points. Ding, dong. You've triggered a 10,000 times increase and obtained 8,000 trillion experience points. Ding, dong. Your level has increased. Currently, you're at level 41. Ding, dong. Your level has increased. Currently, you're at level 42. Ding, dong. Your level has increased. Currently, you're at level 43. Ding, dong. Ding, dong. Your level has increased. Currently, you're at level 80. You've reached the upper limit. Please, unlock the next class trial. Ding, dong. Ding, dong. The Dungeon Demoness Paradise has perfectly concealed your actions. The news of the Blazing Angel Triss's death has yet to spread. Ding, dong. Once your actions are exposed, you'll completely infuriate the Kind Camp. At the same time, the Immortal Angel King Kyle will launch an endless hunt for you. Please, be on your guard. This was also one of the strong points of the demon race. If they were in the main plane just now, Li Cheng would not have made a move against the Blazing Angel. Among the 24 Blazing Angels, 18 of them were immortal-grade existences if he remembered correctly. The remaining 6 were all demigod-level powerhouses, the kind that could become gods at any time. The reason why they did not become gods was because they were still serving their respective gods. The angel in front of them was a genuine immortal-grade existence, so she must have dropped a lot of good things. Sure enough, after a while, countless colorful trophies exploded from her body. Li Cheng picked them all up. At the same time, the system's voice rang in his ears. Ding, dong. You've triggered a 10,000 times increase and obtained the mythical grade Angel Horn. Ding, dong. You've triggered a 10,000 times increase and obtained the immortal grade Chronicles of Justice. Ding, dong. You've triggered a 10,000 times increase and obtained the immortal grade Supreme Angel's Armor. Ding, dong. You've triggered a 10,000 times increase and obtained the mythical grade Angel Wings. Ding, dong. You've triggered a 10,000 times increase and obtained the special item, Supreme Angel Secret Manual. This wave of rewards could be said to be bountiful. The first few pieces of equipment were all very powerful. Li Cheng took a look at their attributes. Angel Horn, Mythical. Description: a horn that can only be owned by a blazing angel. It contains the supreme divine power of Angel King Kyle. Grade: Mythical, Tier 6. Type: Special Equipment. Level: 1. Attributes: after use, all surrounding angels enter an invincible state. Lasts for 10 minutes, attack, defense, attack speed and movement speed are increased by 200%. Cooldown time, 1 day. It was a very good mythical grade equipment. After use, it could provide an extremely high bonus to the angel race that lasts for 10 minutes, putting them in an invincible state. It could also increase all sorts of attributes. However, these things were of no use to Li Cheng. He did not have any angel troops. Thinking of this, he threw the angel hom into his backpack. Chapter 272, The Most Annoying Thing in Life. Next, Li Cheng raised up a pair of delicate white wings. Angel wings, mythical. Description: the wings of the blazing angel contain the purest soul and power of an angel. Apart from being able to fly, it can also block and defend against attacks. Grade: mythical, tier 8. Type: equipment. Level: 1. Attribute 1, the equipped soldier will become a flying soldier. Its flying speed is fixed at the level of an advanced angel. Attribute 2, holy wings, the wings of the seraph. Each feather contains holy divine power and can block damage. Effect: when receiving physical attacks, it is immune to attacks from the rear. Side attacks have a 30% chance of being blocked. Attribute 3, evil retreat, the wings of a blazing angel can dispel all evil in the world. Effect: damage received from an evil unit is decreased by 30% while damage dealt to an evil unit is increased by 30%. Looking at the attributes of this equipment, Li Cheng nodded his head. The attributes of this mythical grade angel wings were pretty good. It could turn any soldier into a flying soldier. This attribute could be said to be extremely perverse. In tribe, the strategic significance of the flying soldier was needless to say. Li Cheng was able to break through several human kingdoms cities so easily because he relied on a few flying soldiers. If he were to only attack from the ground, it would undoubtedly be much more difficult. At the same time, it also increased a certain level of survivability and attackability. Overall, it was still pretty good. But now, there was a problem. Li Cheng liked this equipment, but he could not use it. This kind of thing would only drop after the death of a blazing angel. A piece of mythical grade equipment would drop from a mythical grade blazing angel. Usually, only an immortal grade blazing angel would drop. Such good loot. If this equipment was equipped and seen by other blazing angels or familiar gods, it would be an obvious sign to others, telling them that it was he who killed Triss, right? Li Cheng shook his head and took out a sheepskin book from his backpack that was emitting a majestic and sacred aura. Chronicles of Justice, Immortal. Description: a powerful chronicle that only seraphs have the authority to write. It symbolizes the supreme divine might of Angel King Kyle. It's rumored that it is a silent artifact that was taught to Angel King Kyle by the god of creation. Grade: Immortal, Tier 5. Type: special equipment. Level: 1. Attribute 1, ruling of justice, a special authority granted by the god of creation. Effect: determines the inclination of a race, good, neutral, evil. Once the blazing angels agree, the judgment will be determined. Attribute 2, supervision of justice, a special authority granted by the god of creation. Effect: determines the inclination of a race, good, neutral, evil. Once the blazing angels agree, the target will appear before Angel King Kyle. Attribute 3, order of justice, the Chronicle of Justice records the inclination of all races. Among the good camps, many races are willing to serve the angels. Effect: the good race will not be attacked in the beginning, and there is a probability that they will be recruited. Hint: if you take the initiative to attack a kind race, the race's tendency to counterattack will not be affected. Looking at this equipment, Li Cheng's pupils constricted. Compared to ordinary immortal grade goods, the Chronicles of Justice was only Tier 5. Although the level was not very high, it was definitely still very powerful. This item contained the authority of the god of creation. Looking at this, Li Cheng muttered, so, it was the angels who created the camps for the races and the gods. Li Cheng indicated that even though he had lived 2 lifetimes, his knowledge had increased. Although the first two skills were quite strong, they were not of much use to Li Cheng. Unless he killed a few other blazing angels in the future, the Chronicles of Justice alone would not be able to determine the nature of a race. However, the third skill was still of some use. There were still quite a number of races in the good camp. In this universe, there were countless planes, and there were at least tens of millions of races. Among them, some were kind, at least a third of them. If Li Cheng worked well, he might be able to trick some races into working for him. He might even be able to take over their territory. Putting aside their combat strength, it would not be a problem for them to work as a laborer. As Li Cheng moved countless resource points, the population in various places was already insufficient. Queen Lino had sent countless messages to Li Cheng. The population of the Kingdom of Kent was already decreasing, and many high-grade resource points were now idle. When he thought of this, a dangerous glint flashed across Li Cheng's eyes. It seemed like he had to think of some ways to increase the population. Li Cheng's gaze shifted to the last piece of equipment. Supreme Angel's Armor, Immortal. Description: rumored to be personally forged by Angel King Kyle. There are a total of 24 pieces, representing 24 powerful and outstanding blazing angels. Grade: Immortal, Tier 6. Type: Hero Equipment. Level: 200. Attribute 1, Vitality plus 100,000, Defense plus 50,000. Attribute 2, Wind of Holy Healing, receive Astral World's healing effect plus 1000%. Attribute 3, Holy Energy, damage received from evil units decreased by 80%, recovers 18% HP every second. Attribute 4, God's Flaming Body. Attribute 5, Gates of the Heavenly Kingdom. When Li Cheng saw that he could recover 18% HP every second, his pupils constricted. What the F***ck, did he just obtain portable spring water? If that was the case, why did the blazing angel that was fighting with Li Cheng recover her HP? He then rubbed his chin and asked, "Do you have a serious injury skill?" Although Tyavanas was still vomiting blood, she still proudly puffed out her flat chest and said, "Humph, of course. My serious injury skill is..." "Stop, stop, stop, I got it." Li Cheng interrupted her bragging. It was obvious that Li Cheng could not use this immortal grade armor anymore. Who knew if there was any dark technology in the equipment that Angel King Kyle had personally forged? Moreover, there were two divine power skills that he could not activate at all. Tyavanas, whose bragging had been interrupted, almost could not breathe. The most annoying thing in life was to be interrupted while bragging. Li Cheng thought for a moment. Then, she threw all the equipment he had obtained to Tyavanas, except for the Chronicles of Justice. This little lowly was a little suspicious for a moment. "These are all for me." If this was true, then she would gladly experience the most annoying thing in life. Oh, there was still one thing that the little lowly could not do. Chapter 273, 2 for 4, you guys got the upper hand. Looking at the little lowly's excited expression, Li Cheng nodded. "That's right, they're all for you." Tyavanas blinked. That was immortal grade equipment. As the daughter of the Demon King, she did not have one of her own. Afraid that Li Cheng would regret his decision, she reached out and snatched it away quickly. Then, she looked at the Supreme Angel's armor unhappily and cried out loud. "Wah! My level isn't high enough." Li Cheng rolled his eyes and said, "Either way, you aren't allowed to sell it. I'll leave it with you for safekeeping." The reason why Li Cheng gave it to Tyavanas was naturally that her identity was the most suitable. Among the units that had a good relationship with Li Cheng, only Tyavanas belonged to the evil faction and could use the equipment openly. Other than attracting the attention of others, she did not have any other worries. On the contrary, she would gain more face in the evil faction. This was something that even the ancient demon kings might not have. After all the equipment was accounted for, Li Cheng began to pay attention to the situation of the large-scale event. This time, the event was actually another bloody battle between the angels and the demons. The evil region was too dangerous. There were already immortal-grade existences on the first floor. Moreover, they were real existences, not some god's descent or incarnation. The angels also sent out a large number of troops, dispersing all the powerful demons on the first 2 floors. The immortal-grade demon king fled upon hearing the news of the angels' arrival, while the angels intended to deal with this matter themselves. However, Tyavanas had suddenly opened up a passage to the evil domain. This had exposed the angels' secret battle plan, and they would not rest until the end. Hence, they opened up a quest to the players. In any case, there were many miscellaneous soldiers in the evil domain, and the strength of the players was just enough to clear them out. Li Cheng was speechless as he shook his head and said to Tyavanas, "You can stay and recuperate." Tyavanas nodded in displeasure. Her current condition was similar to that of a near-death state. In order to fight against the blazing angel, she even used a forbidden spell and almost burned her own blood. It was an irreversible way to increase her strength. Li Cheng rubbed her head and said, "Also, remember what I taught you. After the event's over, we can start the plan." Hiss. Tyavanas was obviously not someone who allowed head touching. She opened her mouth and bit Li Cheng's hand. Li Cheng sucked in a breath of cold air, feeling the pain course through his fingers. Even if Tyavanas was on the verge of death, she was still a demigod-level powerhouse. One bite from her almost severed his fingers. Li Cheng rolled his eyes. The main reason was that this little lowly was too short, so he had thought that she was Ella. However, Tyavanas did not seem to be resisting too violently. Li Cheng shook his head and walked into the teleportation portal without much thought. Then, he was teleported to the City of Light again. The nearest teleportation portal that the angels had opened was not far north from there. He ignored the heated gazes of the players and rushed over with his troops. As expected, in the northern plains, a huge golden portal had suddenly appeared. The portal emitted a dazzling golden light and a holy aura. Near the portal stood an angel with pure white wings. This angel was a female angel, and her aura was far inferior to that of blazing angel Triss. Apart from her beauty, her strength was undeniably weaker than Triss's by miles. Seeing this, Li Cheng cast a scouting spell, and information about this angel immediately appeared in front of him. Angels know. Description: an intermediate angel, one of the best of the new generation. Extremely outstanding in the decades of history of fighting against evil. Rank: Epic. Rank: 100. Angels were also divided into ranks. The angel in front of him was only one rank higher than a low-level angel. While she was considered an intermediate angel among her own race, she was still an epic-grade existence after coming to the mortal plane. From this, one could see how terrifying the angel race was. And Li Cheng's appearance naturally caused a huge commotion. "Everyone, get out of the way. Netherworld boss is here." "Wow, so this is Netherworld. Isn't he too cool? I'm so excited. This is the first time I've seen Netherworld in person. Netherworld is awesome. Look, if only I had one of those giant dragons. How cool." Following Li Cheng's arrival, the players automatically opened up a path. Li Cheng's expression did not change as he led his troops toward the teleportation portal. The angel cast her gaze over. Then, she frowned. She smelled a very unpleasant smell on Li Cheng's body. As the most powerful creatures in the good faction, they were born with an extremely sensitive sense of good and evil. The angels naturally knew of Li Cheng's previous actions. Angel Snow said to Li Cheng, "Grand Duke Netherworld, your name's famous in the astral world. Is that so?" Li Cheng was also stunned. He did not expect that his name would spread all the way to the astral world. However, from this, it could be seen that the matter of him killing the blazing angel had not been exposed. Li Cheng paused for a moment and said, "I can launch a holy war for your angels." The moon dance goddess, the phantom goddess, the goddess of space, and the goddess of death will all participate. Hearing this, Angel Snow's pupils constricted. The first two goddesses were fine, but the last two goddesses were extremely powerful existences. Even if they had just returned, their divine power level would probably be around level 17. Then, Angel Snow nodded and said, "Thank you." Hearing this, Li Cheng was stunned. "Thank you? That's it? How could you be so shameless?" Said that so you could continue talking. Discussing the exchange of benefits was a common practice. How could you not know? Don't tell me you want my 4 goddesses to work for you for free? Where did your angel clan get their superiority from? Li Cheng was speechless. He could only think that Angel Snow was a newbie and did not understand the ways of the world between people. Thinking of this, Li Cheng did not intend to beat around the bush with her. So, he said directly, "However, my 4 goddesses are very weak now, so it's a little difficult to launch the holy war. Of course, if you can provide some help, we can still overcome the difficulties. We don't need many things. The 4 goddesses only need the blueprints of the astral altar and the Supreme Angel's prayer room. Do you think those 2 items are worth the help of my 4 goddesses?" Chapter 274, The 4 Goddesses, Initiate the Holy War. Hearing Li Cheng's words, Angel Snow's expression and the way she looked at Li Cheng immediately changed. Deep within her beautiful eyes was a deep hatred. Previously, she had thought that Li Cheng was worthy of being the Duke of the Church of Light. He had a kind heart. Now, it seemed that this Duke was a complete opportunist. He was asking for the astral altar and the Supreme Agen's prayer room? Those were the secret treasures of the Angel clan. Out of the pride of the Angel clan, she subconsciously wanted to reject him, but Li Cheng's voice rang again. "I think you should report this to your superior. As a private, you don't have the right to make a decision." Angel Snow took a deep breath, gritted her teeth, and said, "Okay." With that, she waved her pure white wings, turning into a pure white streamline that shot into the sky. Li Cheng looked at her back and could not help but grin. He said in his heart, "4 goddesses, just start a symbolic holy war, okay? Don't put much effort into it." The responses of the 4 goddesses soon echoed in Li Cheng's heart. Hearing their responses, the corners of Li Cheng's mouth rose again. In less than 5 minutes, Angel Snow came back. Her expression was very ugly. She looked at Li Cheng with eyes full of disgust. However, she still obediently stretched out her white palm and handed him the blueprints of the 2 buildings. Li Cheng was not surprised by this result at all. It was related to the divine weapons of the god of creation. Even the powerful angel race had to concede since not many gods were involved in the war despite them being servants of the gods. First, it involved the evil domain. Ordinary gods did not want to fight with these lunatics, and second, these angels did not allow it. It involved the divine weapon of the god of creation, which except for a few extremely powerful and kind gods, the other gods did not know anything about it at all. They thought that this was a battle between ordinary angels and demons, and naturally, they were too lazy to participate. After all, the angels and demons had been fighting for tens of thousands of years. In the history of their battle, a battle like today's could only be said to be a small one. Naturally, they would not pay much attention to it. Li Cheng had already killed 1 blazing angel, so naturally, he had already shed all pretense of cordiality with the angels. Since they had not discovered it yet, he naturally wanted to extort them as much as he could. As for his reputation, Li Cheng naturally did not care about it. His reputation could not be used as a meal, and the 2 buildings he extorted this time were very useful. The astral altar was very efficient. If one prayed, the corresponding god would receive twice the belief value. Although it was not as good as Li Cheng's amazing building, the profound altar, the astral altar could be mass-produced. Hence, it was not a problem for each goddess to have one. Li Cheng and Ella had already confirmed their relationship, but there was also the goddess of space and the goddess of death. The sum of their churches was definitely not a small number. As for the Supreme Angel's prayer room, it was a wonder building. The entire player group could only build one. The effect was to designate a kind god and get an 800% in belief value. Li Cheng naturally wanted to use this building for Trella Fanny. With the two altars, her belief value would definitely increase rapidly. At this time, Li Cheng had also decided on the content of the Holy War. The rumbling sound of the system notification rang in the ears of the players. Ding, dong. World announcement. The Kingdom of Kent has launched an $S-class Empire mission, the Threat of the Demons. All players can go to the Kingdom of Kent's military department to receive the mission. Ding, dong. World announcement. The Phantom Church has launched an $SS-class church mission, Holy War. The End of the Demons. All players can go to any Phantom Church to receive the mission. Ding, dong. World announcement. The Church of Space has launched an $SS-class church mission. Ding, dong. World announcement. The Church of Death has launched an $class church mission. Ding, dong. After a series of system announcements, the four goddesses launched a holy war at the same time. Of course, the holy war would only give the players some basic resources and garbage equipment, but these things were not garbage in the eyes of the players. Seeing the four goddesses launch a holy war, Li Cheng also spammed a few loudspeakers. Alliance channel. The goddesses are participating in the holy war. As long as you participate, you will obtain resources and military units. Those who want to become stronger should seize the opportunity. Once the announcement of the Holy War was made, all the players of the Divine Dragon Alliance were once again in an uproar. The Eternal Idol, Netherworld. Netherworld boss, I love you so much. Don't forget to bring us along to play. The last Holy War, we followed Netherworld boss and took off together. This time, the four goddesses are making a move at the same time. We definitely can't miss Haha, which holy war isn't a huge profit. As long as we follow Netherworld, we won't suffer any losses. Unfortunately, the current conditions for recruiting people are too harsh. I regret it so much. Ever since my trash friend joined Netherworld, I can't even begin to fathom how rich he is in the real world. F***ck, are you for real? I know this game makes money, but it's not that exaggerated, right? Hehe, what do you know? Tribe can be said to be epic making. Hiss, these are just ordinary members of Extreme God. Do any of you know how rich Netherworld is? Netherworld's identity is still a mystery. At the same time, in the evil domain that was burning with endless flames, a red-haired woman was leading an army, attacking an ugly demon that was several meters tall. This woman was Eve, the guild leader of Heaven Guild. Guild leader, you're awesome. Our Eagle Alliance has entered the secret realm ahead of schedule. Haha, the last time Netherworld led the Divine Dragon Alliance players into the Shadow World ahead of schedule, they all took off. Now, it's our turn. Our Eagle Alliance is invincible. The Divine Dragon Alliance is just like fireworks. What's the point of being dazzling for a short period of time? I've killed a lot of monsters. Now, I can get tier 3 soldiers. They're definitely strong. Ha ha ha, when the rankings are released, the players from the other alliances will be dumbfounded. Hearing the voices of the guild members in her ears, the corners of Eve's delicate lips could not help but curl up. This time, she had finally won against Netherworld once. However, the progress of the Eagle Alliance when they were fighting the boss was not very smooth. Every time the boss swung its great sword, a large number of their troops would fall. The system notification kept ringing in her ears. Ding, dong. 2,390 of your ogre warriors have died. Ding, dong. 1,293 of your treant guards have died. Ding, dong. Fortunately, there were a lot of players in the Eagle Alliance, so the boss's health bar was still dropping. Chapter 275, 1% HP, Snatching the Boss. As Li Cheng announced the Holy War, he also activated a few buffs. Ding, dong. Commander Netherworld has activated a large-scale army skill, Shadow Cloak. All Holy War units gain a 20% increase in dodge. Ding, dong. Commander Netherworld has activated a large-scale army skill, Moonlight. All Holy War units gain a 30% increase in attack and defense. Ding, dong. Commander Netherworld has activated a large-scale army skill, Death's Corrosion. All units are immune to the instant death effect. Ding, dong. Commander Netherworld has activated a large-scale army skill, Spatial Turbulence. All Holy War units have an 8% chance of dealing 5 times non-attribute magic damage to the enemy. Li Cheng did not activate the Holy War mission in the Church of Light, so he naturally could not use the Church of Light's buff. He had no intention of letting the Church of Light participate in this at all. If they wanted to play, then let them play by themselves. It was better to let his 4 goddesses reap the benefits of this battle. As for the 4 buffs, the 4 goddesses only had to release a little bit of their divine power. They did not use much strength, but these buffs were already very powerful for the players at their current stage. After doing all this, Li Cheng said to Angel Snow, "Open the portal." Angel Snow frowned slightly as she looked at the time. It was not yet time for the event to open, but when she remembered what her boss told her, she sighed. "Okay, I wish you good luck." As soon as she said that, the portal suddenly emitted a holy golden light. Li Cheng did not hesitate to lead his troops in. The players behind him quickly followed. Ding, dong. You've entered the special realm, the evil domain. This area's extremely dangerous. Please, be careful. As the system's voice faded, the scene before Li Cheng's eyes changed. The first thing he saw was a desolate land with black flames everywhere. The evil domain was a completely barren land. Li Cheng opened the map to take a look. The teleportation location of the Divine Dragon Alliance was southeast of the evil domain. The central area of the first level was the most crucial. Where was the passage to the next level? It was once the territory of the demon monarch on the first level before he had been chased away by the angels. At this moment, Little Rain suddenly sent him a message. "Brother Netherworld, the Eagle Alliance seems to have entered the secret realm ahead of time. They're currently raiding the boss." Oh! Li Cheng touched his chin and the corners of his mouth curled up. "Interesting, let's go and take a look." In the north of the first layer of the demon realm, there was a sea of heads. The players of the Eagle Alliance were attacking the boss with all their might. Although the price they paid was a little painful, the boss's health bar was still dropping. 80%, 70%, 50%, 10%. The boss's health bar was about to be emptied. The boss suddenly let out an angry roar. "You lowly insects, how dare you hurt the honorable demon Cyril!" Hearing that, Eve's face lit up instead of displaying worry. Whenever a boss said, it was usually about to die. At that moment, the south side of the Eagle Alliance's formation was suddenly thrown into chaos. "What's going on? F***CK, who attacked my butt?" "Ah! It's the Divine Dragon Alliance's troops. They actually launched a sneak attack. Help! There's a dragon flying in the sky." Eve's pupils contracted. It was not time for the event to begin. It seemed like the players from the Divine Dragon Alliance had entered the secret realm ahead of time, too. She looked at the Divine Dragon Alliance behind her and then at the boss. Then, she quickly ordered, "Everyone, use your explosive skills and focus all your fire on the boss." All of a sudden, all sorts of lights exploded as all the Eagle Alliance players used their strength to attack the boss. Although the Divine Dragon Alliance players were brave, the Eagle Alliance players were not few in number. They could not push their way in at the moment, and Eve's eyes were fixed on the boss's health bar. 9%. 8%. 7%. 2%. 1%. A smug smile appeared on Eve's face. It seemed like she had won. However, at this moment, countless terrifying numbers suddenly appeared above the boss's head. In an instant, the boss's health bar was emptied. At the same time, the system's voice rang. Ding, dong. Activity announcement. The Divine Dragon Alliance's netherworld has killed the epic grade boss, the Honorable Demon Cyril. For killing 4 high-tier demons in the map, you will obtain some secret information. All of the Eagle Alliance players were stunned. The boss in front of them had obviously died. Its corpse fell to the ground weakly. However, the problem now was that the boss had been snatched away, and the most infuriating thing was that when the boss only had 1% HP left before it had been snatched away. Eve's face was filled with shock. Then, it turned into incomparable anger. Netherworld. The players of the Divine Dragon Alliance heard the system's voice and had a different reaction. Ha ha ha, the Eagle Alliance's boss was shot by Netherworld. Netherworld is awesome. 1% HP left and it was taken away just like that. Isn't Eve going to die from anger? I'll give Netherworld boss 70 points for this round. Netherworld really is our idol, ha ha ha. In the entire history of online gaming, it was rare for a boss to get snatched when there was only 1% HP left, not to mention when one was facing the Eagle Alliance. Very quickly, the Divine Dragon Alliance posted this matter on the official website. The entire world was filled with sarcasm. The Eagle Alliance had really lost a lot of face this time. Then, these attentive players discovered something. ECK, these two effing alliances, how did they enter the map in advance? F***CK, it's true, how are they going to explain this? Tribe officials, aren't you going to explain yourselves? Li Cheng dug his ears. The boss was naturally killed by the Shadow Assassin. With their ability to do such a thing, it could be said that they were very handy. Li Cheng led his troops and continued to move forward. Along the way, there were no obstructions at all. Although the Eagle Alliance's players' quality was slightly better than the Universe Alliance's, in front of Li Cheng, there was still no difference. Very soon, Li Cheng met the most elite troop he had ever seen. At the back of the troop, he saw a woman with red hair that reached her waist. This woman was naturally Eve of Heaven Guild. Chapter 276, The Despairing Eve. At this moment, Eve's eyes were fixed on Li Cheng as she commanded all sorts of troops. Looking at Eve before him, Li Cheng muttered with great interest, I have to say, Eve's quite pretty. Eve's red hair was very eye-catching, like burning flames. At the same time, her beautiful curves could still be seen under the cover of her mage robes. However, an enemy was still an enemy. What was the use of being good-looking? On top of that, how could she be as good-looking as the ones in his own house? Regardless of every large-scale event or alliance war, the Eagle Alliance was always a hindrance to the Divine Dragon Alliance. When he thought of this, Li Cheng sneered and touched the evil god's staff in his hand. Unfortunately, Gaze of the Ancient Evil God had been used on Peerless Prideful a while ago, so it was still in a cooldown state. Otherwise, Li Cheng would have used it to turn Eve into a cripple. However, the effect of his staff was still pretty good. Thinking of this, Li Cheng immediately launched a normal attack on Eve. As black ominous energy whizzed toward her, Eve's pupils constricted. Out of instinct, she could feel that something bad would definitely happen if she were to get hit by the attack. So, she waved the staff in her hand and cold water vapor instantly condensed out of thin air. In the next moment, it formed a huge crystal-like ice block. It was the signature skill of a mage, the refrigerator. This skill was also regarded as an invincible skill by the players. However, Li Cheng smiled disdainfully. There were countless types of invincible skills. There were invulnerability skills that were based on divine spells, such as those used by the priests of the City of Light and the spells used by the Heavenly Knights on their equipment. There were also invulnerability skills that increased defense to 999,999% and magic resistance to 99.99%. Although they seemed like they were invulnerability skills, they were not actually invulnerability skills. For example, the mage refrigerator skill in front of him was connected to the core of the ice plane through magic, sharing defense and magic resistance. This skill could be said to be invincible in many situations. However, in front of Li Cheng, these so-called invincible skills were useless. Be it defense or magic resistance, no matter how high it was all meaningless in front of real damage. Thus, Li Cheng's pitch-black energy attack hit the refrigerator skill. Kaka. His attack was unstoppable and its speed did not slow down at all. It shattered the ice layer of Eve's refrigerator skill and in an instant, a terrifying number appeared above Eve's head. Eve's health bar was emptied instantly. Under her incredulous gaze, she turned into white light and was brought back to her territory to respawn. Seeing this, the players were completely shocked. F***ck, am I seeing things? Eve is using the fridge skill. The refrigerator skill is a level 40 mage skill. Eve's level is already so high. Who cares? Eve's the #1 expert in the world. I thought that she'd at least be able to exchange a few blows with Netherworld or maybe even kill Netherworld in an instant. 1. Ha ha ha, #1 expert in the world? Wasn't she killed by Netherworld in an instant? Hehe, from the looks of it, Eve's no different from me. If even she is killed by Netherworld in an instant, I can do it, too. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Eve has really embarrassed herself this time. Well done. Who asked her to look down on everyone? How can she be as approachable as our Netherworld? Listening to the discussions of the players from the Dragon God Alliance, Li Cheng let out a cold laugh. To Eve, it was not something as simple as losing face. Her nightmare had just begun. At this moment, Eve had just been resurrected in her territory. Her exquisite face was still filled with shock. She had used the invincible refrigerator skill, but how was she still killed? Before she could even think about it, the system series of notifications kept ringing in her ears. Ding, dong. You've been killed. Your level is now -1. Ding, dong. For unknown reasons, your intelligence has decreased by 1000 points. Ding, dong. Your intelligence value is too low. You do not meet the requirements for the Ice Mage class advancement. Your class has automatically changed to Mage. Ding, dong. Your intelligence value is too low. You do not meet the requirements for Mage class advancement. You no longer belong to a class. Ding, dong. Ding, dong. Your intelligence value is too low. You've forgotten the skill, Fireball. Ding, dong. Your intelligence value is too low. You've forgotten the skill, Frost Pulse. Ding, dong. Your intelligence value is too low. You've forgotten the skill, Ice Prison. Ding, dong. Ding, dong. Your intelligence value is too low. You do not meet the requirements for the equipment, Diamond Grade Obsidian Robe. It has been transferred into your backpack. Ding, dong. Your intelligence value is too low. You do not meet the requirements for the equipment, Gold Grade Energy Gloves. It has been transferred into your backpack. Ding, dong. Your intelligence value is too low. You do not meet the requirements for the equipment, Diamond Grade Advanced Mage Pendant. It has been transferred into your backpack. Ding, dong. As the series of notifications from the system rang, even Eve was stunned. Her pale pink lips were wide open and her expression was dull. She could not believe that her intelligence had been reduced by 1000 points. After all, her current level was still a hidden class, and her intelligence value had not even reached 1000 points. Thinking about this, she immediately opened her stats panel. Her eyes widened in disbelief as she looked at the scene before her. -189. Her intelligence value had turned negative? This was the first time Eve had heard of these stats in Tribe. It was actually negative. What was even scarier was that all of her skills had disappeared. Her class was in S class after clearing a hidden quest, and she had spent a lot of effort to obtain an Ice Mage class. Now, because her intelligence was too low, she had lost her class. Eve felt a little pained. Hidden class scrolls had not been sold on the market yet. If she sold them for money, they would definitely fetch a sky-high price. This was nothing. The most ridiculous thing was that all her skills and equipment were no longer usable. This meant that apart from normal attacks, the current Eve did not have any other attacking methods. Moreover, her intelligence was still negative, which meant her normal attacks did not deal any damage. In other words, Eve did not have any attacks at all. To the players, this was the most painful torture. Chapter 277, The Second Evil Spirit Boss. At this moment, Eve had recovered from her shock. She had been clenching her fists tightly, but now, she had calmed down. Even though she had experienced many consecutive failures, she was still shaken. Netherworld. Just how strong are you? Eve's death caused the Eagle Alliance players to widen their eyes. Their mouths were big enough to fit an egg. Eve's ID had been well known in the online gaming world and the Eagle Alliance for many years. Extreme control, calm mind, and great luck. These three attributes were used to describe Eve in the past. But now, she was instantly killed by Li Cheng's normal attack. Moreover, it was an instant kill without any resistance. This shattered the worldview of the entire Eagle Alliance. At the same time, this was the first time they actually felt afraid of the players from the Divine Dragon Alliance. After all, they had previously been called the number 1 alliance, and their position was the kind that could not be shaken. Oh my god, Netherworld's definitely a devil. Even Eve's no match for him. Impossible, absolutely impossible. Our Eve is invincible. Who can punish the Netherworld now? Netherworld's definitely cheating. Everyone, let's go to the official website and report him. This is the only way. Report him, we must report him. Bring me along. Hearing the discussions in his ears, Li Cheng only waved his hand lightly. Without saying anything else, the players of the Divine Dragon Alliance had already surrounded them. Countless troops began to push forward. The players of the Eagle Alliance could not resist. The front lines instantly collapsed. This time, the number of players fighting on both sides was in the hundreds of millions. The total number of troops added up was an unknown number of trillions. Kill. We've worked hard for so many days just to kill players from other alliances, right? That's right, let's crush them. Give them a taste of our power. I don't care. If we can kill one, it's not a loss. If we kill two, we'll definitely make a lot of money. What's there to be afraid of? With Netherworld here, we can't lose. Li Cheng sized up the chaotic battlefield and quietly left. He was too lazy to play with the players. Without Eve, the Eagle Alliance was not a threat at all. The players from the Divine Dragon Alliance had followed him to reap rewards. If they still could not beat the Eagle Alliance players, then they might as well go home and ask their mothers to take care of them. Li Cheng soon arrived in front of the corpse of the previous epic grade demon boss. With a wave of his hand, the voice of the system rang in his ears. Ding, dong. You've triggered a 10,000 times increase and obtained the legendary grade Devil's Blade. Ding, dong. You've triggered a 10,000 times increase and obtained the legendary grade Water of the Evil River. Ding, dong. You've obtained the loot, 1/4 of the broken map. Even if an epic grade boss had triggered a 10,000 times amplification, it did not drop anything good. The Devil's Blade was a legendary grade sword. Its attributes were not bad, but Li Cheng did not need it. Other than Lillian, the other heroes would not use any melee weapons either. Li Cheng casually threw the sword into his bag. It would be good if he found a time to sell it or give it to the players as a reward. As for the water of the evil river, it was a very special item. The evil river was a terrifying existence that maintained the energy of the entire evil domain. It was a legendary great item that contained the origin power of the evil river. If an evil ghost drank it, it would be a great tonic. It could recover a huge amount of HP and it might even break through its tear. However, if a kind unit drank it, it would become a highly toxic poison. The water of the evil river could poison a legendary paladin to death. Finally, Li Cheng had obtained a small parchment map that seemed to have been cut by a blade. It was obvious that it was only a small part of the map. Looks like this is the secret information that I can obtain by killing 4 demon bosses. Thinking of this, Li Cheng looked at his own map. There were 3 huge red dots which were the coordinates of the other 3 demon bosses. Li Cheng did not hesitate and directly led his troops to the red dot closest to him. The area of the demon realm was huge, and the terrain was quite complicated. On one side, there was the sea, and after walking a few hundred meters, they would reach the volcano. It was not easy to find the 3 bosses. Without Lillian and the Shadow Army, Li Cheng's movement speed had obviously slowed down. Thinking of this, Li Cheng sighed. He hoped that Lillian's injuries would recover soon. He and his troops marched for more than an hour until finally, they arrived at the coordinates of the first evil ghost boss. The scene here was no different from other places. The pitch black, hot, strange lava was constantly rolling. In front of Li Cheng, there were also countless wandering evil spirits. Evil spirits were divided into grades. Li Cheng naturally met countless of them along the way. However, the evil spirits here were extremely tall and burly. They also had horns that looked like sheep's horns on their heads. When he saw this, Li Cheng cast a scouting spell. Advanced Evil Spirit, Tier 8. A Tier 8 max level evil spirit. There were also 2 pieces of epic equipment in their equipment columns. One of them was a 2-handed evil spirit sword. It increased their attack by 30%, but it also increased damage received by 30%. The other was an evil spirit skeleton. It increased defense by 50%, but reduced attack speed and movement speed by 50%. The attributes of the 2 pieces of equipment were not bad, especially the evil spirit skeleton. Although it had side effects, it could still increase the attributes of their equipment. At the end of the group of countless evil spirits was a tall evil spirit that was similar to the previous demon boss. At this point, there was no need to say anything. Li Cheng directly ordered the countless troops to start attacking. For a moment, attacks poured out at the same time and the system notification kept ringing in his ears. Ding, dong. Your troops have killed 1,000 Tier 8 advanced evil spirits and obtained 80 experience points and 80 astral world points. Ding, dong. You've triggered a 10,000 times increase and obtained 800,000 experience points and 800,000 astral world points. Ding, dong. Ding, dong. Your troops have killed the epic grade evil spirit boss and obtained 800,000 experience points and 8 million astral world points. Ding, dong. You've triggered a 10,000 times increase and obtained 8 billion experience points and 80 billion astral world points. Ding, dong. Chapter 278, Empty the shop once again. With just one round of concentrated fire, the evil spirit's HP bar was instantly emptied and its body fell weakly to the ground. Hearing the system's voice in his ear, Li Cheng was also a little dumbfounded. He had not even cast his detection skill, so how did he die? The Eagle Alliance players actually had to fight for more than an hour against a boss like this, and they did not actually manage to kill it. Was that not embarrassing? Li Cheng shook his head and picked up the loot. It was still the same legendary grade water. However, there was another piece of parchment, another quarter of the broken map. The legendary equipment that dropped was naturally not something that Li Cheng would be interested in, so he threw it into his backpack. Just like that, Li Cheng led his team and continued to rush to the location of the last two bosses. After 2.5 hours, Li Cheng finally killed the last two evil spirit bosses. Now, Li Cheng had 4 bottles of water of the evil river and 4 broken map pieces. He did not hesitate to synthesize the map. Ding, dong. You're about to synthesize the complete map. The operation is irreversible. Do you confirm? Confirm. As Li Cheng pressed confirm, the 4 maps were immediately covered by a black light. In the next moment, they gradually merged into one. Ding, dong. You've successfully synthesized the complete map. Ding, dong. There is a special location marked on this map. It has already been reflected on your own map. Li Cheng looked at his map. A location called the Battlefield of Evil Spirits had appeared. Li Cheng had never been to the Battlefield of Evil Spirits. The path to this battlefield required him to go to the 8th level of the battlefield. This made the corner of Li Cheng's mouth twitch. The plane of the evil domain had a total of 9 levels. The further down the level, the stronger the monsters would be. Li Cheng had been to the 7th level of the evil domain in his previous life, and all the monsters there were legendary troops of the evil spirits. There were at least hundreds of billions of them. Even Li Cheng could not imagine the number of monsters there were on the 8th level. Perhaps all the monsters there were crown troops? Closing the map, Li Cheng was not in a hurry to venture deeper into the evil domain. Instead, he checked the current situation. The event had officially begun. The players from the various alliances had already swarmed into the first level of the evil domain, and the battle between the Divine Dragon Alliance and the Eagle Alliance had already ended. Needless to say, the Divine Dragon Alliance had won. At this time, Purple Rose had arranged for the guild members to take turns guarding the Eagle Alliance's teleportation gate. As long as any player dared to enter, they would be beaten up. Seeing this situation, Li Cheng clicked his tongue. The Eagle Alliance players did not have any chance to survive. This also meant they did not intend to let the Eagle Alliance players participate in this event. As for the other alliances, the Universe Alliance did not need to be mentioned. Not only did they not have many troops, but their teleportation gate was also blocked by some vengeful players. As for those alliances that had attacked the Divine Dragon Alliance, such as the 100 Flowers Alliance or the White Elephant Alliance, the moment they entered the activity map, they immediately chose to run when they saw the Divine Dragon Alliance players. They did not want to face them at all. There were also the Brown Bear Alliance, White Fox Alliance, Pegasus Alliance, Seal Alliance, and so on. When they saw the players from the Divine Dragon Alliance, they immediately took a detour as well. From the looks of it, they were probably planning something. Li Cheng could not be bothered to think about what they were planning. He shook his head and ignored the actions of the players. Instead, his gaze fell on the activity shop. The activity shop this time was called the Astral Shop. It was opened by the angel race, and naturally, many items from the astral world could be obtained from it. Li Cheng's points had already reached 406.9 billion. Naturally, he would spend a huge amount of points. Hence, he returned to the main plane to look for Angel Snow. Angel Snow reluctantly opened the shop for Li Cheng. The aura on Li Cheng's body really made her feel a little uncomfortable. Li Cheng could not be bothered with her and looked at the contents of the shop. Unfortunately, the angels obviously would not sell the soldiers of the astral world. The highest rank in the soldier section was only a tier 9. Li Cheng casually exchanged for all of them, intending to give them to Pearl. After that, Li Cheng's gaze fell on the other sections. Among them, there were a few things that he was interested in. 1. Astral Tower Building Blueprint, Legendary. 2. Angel Battle Academy Building Blueprint. 3. Astral Space Stone, Legendary. 4. Heaven Enchantment Stone, Legendary. 5. Astral World Healing Scroll, Legendary. Li Cheng did not say much and directly started to purchase them. He was already extremely familiar with doing this kind of thing, it could be said that he was extremely experienced. Ding, dong. You've consumed 18 billion activity points and purchased 1000 astral stones. Ding, dong. You've consumed 30 billion activity points and purchased 1000 heavenly enchantment stones. Ding, dong. You've consumed 48 billion activity points and purchased 1000 astral world healing scrolls. Ding, dong. The consumables and materials were instantly snatched up. Astral world materials could not be found in the main plane and were highly sought after. Naturally, he would not miss it. As for the trash soldiers and equipment, they were all bought and thrown to Pearl. Li Cheng's actions could be said to be smoother than smooth. In less than 10 seconds, Angel Snow, who was watching from the side, had a shocked expression on her face. This person had emptied the shop. The players also noticed that the items in the shop had mysteriously disappeared. F***CK, why is the shop emptied again? It's definitely Netherworld. Boss, please leave some rewards for us. What are you panicking for? Aren't there still low-level soldiers and normal-level potions? Netherworld boss is too strong. He always empties the shop. Hehe, aren't you used to it? At least Netherworld left us some low-level items. Yeah, Netherworld always leaves something for us. Thank you. After these few large-scale events, the players seemed to have gotten used to it. In their eyes, the matter of the shop being emptied by Li Cheng was a very normal thing. Li Cheng looked at the attributes of the items he exchanged for. First, there were 2 building blueprints, the Astral Tower building blueprint, and the Angel Combat Academy building blueprint. He could not directly check the attributes of building blueprints, so Cheng Li did not think much about them for now. He then entered the City of Light and returned to his territory through the teleportation portal. Since the players did not know the coordinates of the battlefield of the evil spirits, he was not afraid that someone would take away the special artifact. Li Cheng had all the materials needed for these 2 blueprints, so he began to build them. Chapter 279, Descending into the Evil Domain. Ding, dong. You've successfully constructed the legendary Astral Tower. You've also triggered the Ancient God of Science and Technology's research journal. The Astral Tower has been upgraded to Immortal grade. Ding, dong. You've successfully constructed the Angel Battle Academy. You've also triggered the Ancient God of Science and Technology's research journal. The Angel Battle Academy has been raised to the highest level. As the system's voice fell, Li Cheng's pupils constricted. This could also trigger the research journal of the Ancient God of Science and Technology. The legendary tower was now an immortal tower. Li Cheng was suddenly very curious about who this Ancient God of Science and Technology was. This was too abnormal. Li Cheng took a deep breath and looked at the defense tower that had appeared in his territory. It was extremely high, almost connected to the stars in the sky. The tower's body was also shifting from being transparent to opaque, which made it look very dreamy. At this time, Li Cheng looked at the attributes of the defense tower. Tower of Stars. Description: a defense tower from the astral world, rumored to be connected to countless stars in the sky. It was built by the star god of the outer universe. Grade: Immortal. Physical/magic attack: 36 million. Durability: 2 trillion/2 trillion. Magic supply: 1 billion/day. Skill 1, Star Strike. The first attack from the Tower of Stars will deal 10 non-attribute damage to the target, and at most, 100,000 people will be damaged at the same time. Skill 2, Star Descend. Selects a target and summons the stars in the sky to strike it mercilessly. When attacking the selected target, attack speed and attack plus 1,000%. Skill 3, Extreme Star Mirror. Duplicates 100,000 defense towers with the same attributes as the user, but with only 1 HP. Lasts for 1 minute. Seeing this immortal defense tower, Li Cheng sucked in a breath of cold air. Now, he finally understood why he had never heard of an immortal defense tower in his entire life. The attributes were just too damn strong. First of all, its attack power was ridiculously strong. Even a mythical boss could be instantly killed. The last two skills were even more terrifying explosive skills. Especially the last one, Extreme Star Mirror, which was simply too abnormal. It could clone itself 100,000 times. Even if it only had 1 HP and would shatter upon contact, as long as such a powerful weapon existed for a second, it could deal extremely terrifying damage. Not to mention, they could last for a minute. Li Cheng thought that if he could create 100,000 towers and use his amplification system, would that not be a billion immortal defense towers? Thinking of this, Li Cheng felt shocked. He really wanted to announce that he was invincible now. Immediately after, he opened another building's attributes. The Angel Battle Academy was completely white, and the building's style looked even more sacred and elegant. Angel Battle Academy. Description: a place where the angel race specialized in tobacco and alcohol combat techniques. This place recorded all their combat data over tens of thousands of years. For some reason, the grade of the building seems to be higher. Level 1. Grade, highest. Current research project, none. Current research personnel, none. Mana consumption, 2 billion per day. Li Cheng opened one of the current research projects and the information immediately appeared in front of him. Research on the attack of the flying forces. Research on the blocking of the flying forces. Research on the survival of the flying forces. When he saw this, Li Cheng's eyes lit up. It was actually a research building that specialized in the research of the flying forces. Such a research building was rare. However, after thinking about it, he felt relieved. The angel race was a race that was born with the ability to fly. To the angel race, this building could enhance all of the angel race's combat strength. Research buildings could be stacked indefinitely. In the later stages of the game, this was also a symbol of the player's strength in the game. Moreover, Li Cheng also had the Ancient God of Science and Technology's research journal, so all his research buildings had a 500% increase in effect. For the same type of army, the difference was huge. As the highest level research building, the Angel Battle Academy was extremely powerful. It was a very balanced research building and it had an extremely high bonus for flying troops. When a scientific research project reached the maximum level, it could increase the attack, defense, and HP of all flying troops by 300%. This bonus could be said to be very abnormal. If he were to combine it with the Ancient God of Science and Technology's research journal, the attributes of his flying troops could be said to be heaven-defying. When he thought of this, Li Cheng did not hesitate and immediately learned everything. Finally, there was a large pile of consumables. Among them, was the Heaven Enchantment Stone. Heaven Enchantment Stone. Description: an enchantment stone from the 9th heaven that contains the pure energy of paradise. Level 1. Grade, Legendary. Effect: damage dealt to evil forces plus 50%, damage received minus 50%. Looking at this attribute, Li Cheng nodded. Although it was only legendary, the attributes of this enchantment stone were pretty good. It could increase the damage to the evil faction by 50%, and at the same time reduce the damage to oneself. It could be said that it had both offense and defense attributes. Li Cheng could only say that this stone from heaven was not ordinary. Heaven was a place where countless gods from the good faction lived. As time passed, every blade of grass and tree there was affected by the divine power. This heaven was not the heaven that Eve had created. The difference between the two could not be described with the current units of measurement. After taking stock of everything, Li Cheng did not return to the territory to make corrections. He led his troops to the second level of the evil domain. The passage to the second level was located at the center of the first level. Half an hour later. Ding, dong. You've entered the second level of the evil domain. This map is extremely dangerous. Please, be on high alert. Ding, dong. Li Cheng had successfully arrived at the second level. Compared to the first level, the most obvious difference was that the temperature was higher. At the same time, the smell of blood in his nose was even stronger. The evil river itself was a long river flowing with thick, dark blood. The closer he got to it, the stronger the smell of blood would be. Other than these few differences, the scene before him did not change much. At this time, Li Cheng was thinking about the place he had marked on the map. The monsters in the first few levels had been chased away by the angels. To Li Cheng, there was no danger at all. In less than an hour, Li Cheng had arrived at the entrance of the third level. Without hesitation, he led his troops and entered. Chapter 280, Snatching an Immortal Boss. 3 hours later, Li Cheng waved his hand and stopped the advancing troops. He had arrived at the fifth level of the evil domain. The surrounding scenery had not changed much, but the evil spirits had all become Tier 9 high-level evil spirits. Occasionally, he would encounter Tier 10 legendary soldiers. However, these soldiers were still pitifully weak in front of Li Cheng. He frowned slightly as he looked ahead, asking in his heart, "Ella, can you feel anything?" After Lillian fell into a deep sleep, Li Cheng could only ask Ella to help him hide the presence of the troops and their whereabouts. As the phantom goddess, Ella controlled the shadows, secrets, and tricks. Since she knew Lillian's true identity, Ella was a lot bolder now, using the shadow of the mist as if it was free. Two powerhouses are fighting. Ella's response quickly rang in Li Cheng's mind. Li Cheng nodded. The identity of one of the powerhouses who could fight in the evil domain was obvious. He took a deep breath and led his troops to approach them. More than 10 minutes later, Li Cheng saw both sides of the battle. One of them was a tall evil spirit more than 10 meters tall, and the other was a slender figure, a female angel covered in tight armor. Seeing the two of them, Li Cheng's pupils constricted. One was an immortal-grade evil spirit sovereign, while the other was an immortal-grade blazing angel. It would not be wrong to say that two immortals were fighting. Thinking of this, he cast a scouting spell. Angel Lai. Evil Spirit Sovereign Luxai. Seeing these two names, Li Cheng was immediately shocked. He was not familiar with this evil spirit sovereign, but the name of this female blazing angel was very familiar to Li Cheng. In the near future, this angel would become an extremely powerful fallen angel. One had to know that there were only 24 blazing angels in the entire world, so her betrayal had undoubtedly shocked the entire astral world. Angel Lai's own ability was terrifying. She had countless fallen angels following her. In a short period of time, she had killed countless experts from the good camp. The 9 churches had also issued a wanted notice for her, and almost all the gods from the good camp had moved out. In the end, under the encirclement of the 5 blazing angels and with the help of the god of justice, she was killed. Li Cheng had never thought that he would actually meet her here. Judging from her bright equipment and holy aura, she had not fallen yet. Ding! The sound of metal colliding was heard. The long sword in Angel Lai's hand that was burning with holy flames and the giant sword in the evil spirit sovereign's hand fiercely collided. The terrifying energy instantly spread out like ripples, causing sand and stones to fly everywhere. Although Angel Lai's body was very small in front of Luxai, Luxai actually retreated a great distance after the collision. Compared to the angel, it was obvious that he was not a match for this female angel. Ding! 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 At this time, Angel Lai had the advantage. She did not stay idle either, as she burst forward with a series of attacks in an instant. As for Li Cheng, he was naturally enjoying the show. All of his troops were hidden in Ella's mist, merely 100 meters away from the battlefield. If it was a battle, Ella might not be a worthy opponent of most gods. However, when it came to hiding, she was a professional. Even if the two people fighting were immortal existences, they still could not find any traces of Li Cheng's troops. The battle between the two continued. Li Cheng narrowed his eyes slightly and paid attention to their health bars. The speed at which they fell was about the same. However, it was obvious that Angel La's endurance was stronger and her health bar was slowly recovering. The battle continued for more than 10 minutes. Luxai's health bar was almost empty. His body was covered with all kinds of terrifying wounds. Angel La's condition was not very good either. Her health bar was maintained at about 1/5. Angel Lai was panting heavily. The armor covering her slender body was also broken into pieces, revealing her voluptuous figure. At this time, countless arrows filled with frost came from the sky. Angel La's pupils shrank. She did not have time to think and instantly waved her pure white wings, turning into a pure white streamline that flew away. However, Luxai did not have this ability. One of his wings had been damaged by Angel Lai and he could not fly at all. His entire body instantly emitted a pitch-black light, his body was about to disappear. However, a light green light instantly enveloped him and Luxai's eyes immediately widened. Phantom Goddess! Before he could say anything, his body was covered by countless arrows. At the same time, the war horses beneath the heavenly knights suddenly started operating as the dragons in the sky began to use their dragon's breath. In just a second, the system's kill notification rang in Li Cheng's ears. Ding, dong! Your troops have killed the immortal grade evil spirit sovereign Luxai. You've gained experience points. His troops immediately went all out and Luxai's health bar was completely emptied. Li Cheng smiled in satisfaction. Killing an immortal grade monster was very difficult. Whether their level was low or high, they still had immortal skills. As long as the evil river existed, they would revive in the evil river after they died. However, there was a price to pay. Their grades would be reduced by 1 or 2 grades. An immortal grade evil spirit would probably become a legendary grade evil spirit. To an immortal grade expert, this was even worse than death. As for Luxai, he had already become one with the evil river. Previously, he wanted to escape. If he had successfully used his skill, he would probably have returned to the evil river by now. Li Cheng could not help but praise Ella for not dropping the ball at the crucial moment. She was also the one who had acted in time and interrupted Luxai's skill. Moreover, a blazing angel was by the side this time. Li Cheng had attacked when Luxai's HP was below 5%. It could be said to be a bloody profit. At this moment, Li Cheng led his troops to the side of the Luxai's corpse. Colorful equipment had dropped from its body. Just as Li Cheng was about to pick it up, a terrifying aura suddenly descended from the sky. Angel Lai held the holy sword in her hand and glared at Li Cheng. A cold killing intent was instantly released. Human, this doesn't belong to you. If you don't want to die, don't you dare touch those things.